All right, press back.
And then you can press on.
Hello everybody, hello and welcome to episode number 22 of Streamer in the Spotlight. Very honoured to have two people here today. So we have IzAGamer27 and Doc2327. So we're just going to call them Izzy and Doc just for the ease of it, guys. So welcome in, guys. Thank you so much for giving up your time to be here with us today. Obviously, good evening and welcome to obviously Taylor, to Pinky, and to G5, who is stepping in today as well, because the lovely Luna's having a break. We wish you all the best, Luna. We do miss you. And obviously, we miss Vin as well, guys. But yeah, so without further ado, I've done my talking part. We're going to put the guys in the spotlight. There we go. And we are going to have the lovely Taylor kickstart us with the first set of questions. And as always, guys, if you've watched this podcast before, please interact with chat, ask any questions, and we'll try and get your questions into it. But yeah, Taylor, take us away, mate.
Yeah. All right. Well, first of all, thank you, Izzy, Doc, for appearing on the podcast tonight.
No problem.
Questions, so basic one straight away is, what made you guys want to get into streaming?
Truthfully, I've always wanted to stream. I've always loved it. I've always wanted to do it. I've never had the encouragement or the belief in myself to do it. And it was just last year, because I've always said I've wanted to do it for many years. And it was what would you call it? Resolution?
New Year's resolution.
New Year's resolution. And Doc goes, instead of just saying you wish to do it, why don't you make it happen? And he goes, I believe you can do it. And he says, why don't you just go for it? You've got nothing to lose and everything again. And I thought, well, what if people don't like us? What if they don't accept us? And he's like, but you don't know till you try.
Yep.
So, yeah, you get the Doc, inspired us to do it and gave us that push to believe in myself to start streaming. And yeah, it's where it is now. I can't believe it, really.
It's
how
gone really amazing for you right now as well, isn't it, as well?
Sorry?
It's gone really amazing for you as well.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Very
lucky.
We are very lucky. I totally agree. I've got to admit, all the hard work behind the scenes, I give credit to the Doc right here. He's mind-blowingly good and is my number one supporter. That he does all the hard work behind the scenes. Everything. I'm not being funny. I'm not just saying it. He does all the work.
Even when you're doing a joint stream, you can still see Doc working away on the phone and making sure everything's fine. Honestly, he's an amazing legend behind and in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I got to throw in 2 cents to you guys. I got to throw in the 2 cents here. I don't think it's luck. I genuinely don't think it's luck. The hard work has gone into it, and you're reaping the rewards of the hard work. Don't say it's luck when you know, guys, that you are entertaining, which is what everybody wants. So obviously, don't put yourselves down. There's no luck involved in it, guys. It's hard work. It is genuinely hard work.
Personality is half the trouble anyway, really, isn't it?
Well, before this, I had no real social media presence at all. I never had, I had to get Facebook for something, but it's very basic, and the Doc dealt with that. But really, I had no other.
You've never used any socials?
No, I never used Instagram. I didn't know anything. Twitter, nothing. I was one of those who just had nothing. So going from nothing to on all of it was a big learning curve. And I got to admit, because the Doc dealt with that, because he knows that kind of stuff. I was quite lucky because he looks over us that way. That's why I need him so much, because he knows everything that way. I have no idea, really. I'm still learning. If you say you know everything, there's no way you do. You're still learning. I'm still learning that. And I mean, look how long I've been going. I'm still learning. And poor Doc, he's like, can you just remember? I'm being honest.
Yeah, you do.
I love it. Love that.
That's true.
I love that. Absolutely love that. Pinky, are you going to unmute so we can ask the question?
Yes, unless you want me tapping away and hearing it all. But I have to admit, you've obviously tackled social media as one of the biggest challenges you struggled with at first. But is that the biggest challenge you had starting streaming, or was there something else that you found even more challenging than that?
I was worried about how people would accept me for who I am. I was worried about how I would interact and be, because I wanted to be me. So I was worried that if I started, I wouldn't be who I am. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you put on a persona.
And even if I look back on my videos, there's the shy me, but I'm still me. But I think I've grown as time goes, you know, I'm more myself, like everyday me. But what I was scared of, when I couldn't read things, and I know everybody says that, but I'm dyslexic, and I never thought people would, like, a lot of people, I didn't think would accept me for who I am, for when I struggle, and I don't mean to say things wrong or pronounce things wrong or even word things wrong.
Reading names was a
big thing. And like, I've got the confidence to, when I play a game, read notes. At one time I said to Doc at the very start, I don't think I'd ever do that. But I feel that now I should try to build up that confidence, but not just for myself, because if everybody who is an amazing in chat and community and friends, they can accept me for who I am, and someone else who has that kind of difficulty thinks, wow, she's dyslexic and she can be accepted for who she is, then what about me? Can I do that? I should believe in myself. It's just giving them something.
So trying to inspire others in that situation with your own situation.
Yeah. And also bringing in positivity, because sometimes it's easy to bring in your everyday life. I find it can come in with you. And it's a time where I feel that you got to disconnect from everything and bring in the positivity and helping everyone, change it a bit, you know? I think it's about having, like, it's easy to say, right, we're just playing and having fun, but you also want to connect and make a bond and make friendships. And that's also something I've learned, which I didn't expect in Twitch. I mean, I'm totally honest. I had no idea how much Twitch would mean to me and everybody in it. I didn't from the very get-go. I even remember saying, we'll only need to post once or twice a week. I mean, we do that every day. We care about everybody. We message everyone. You know, we do actually look out for people. But it's that rapport and making it a safe place for everybody to feel welcome, no matter who you are, you know, or what you've been through. We're not here to judge you. We're here to have fun, have a laugh, make friends, because I find that's the key as well, you know, because time zones are so hard, right? And I'm going to say, hands on heart, not everybody, and everybody has lives, and you can't get to everybody's streams. So the key to me is that sometimes if I can't get there, that's someone who you meet in the community and you make friends with. That's why I always say it's not just about the followers, it's about the friendships. And it's not just about coming in once or twice, it's about really making that rapport that people will come into your streams as well. And if they're from your time zone or other people's time zone close to yours, then they'll pop in. And that does happen a lot. But it doesn't come overnight kind of thing, does it? Do you agree?
Yeah. But we do hear a lot from various streamers. Oh, the Fry family's been at the stream today, and it's like 6 o'clock in the morning for us, where we couldn't be there. But members of the community have been, haven't they?
Yeah. But I was scared of a lot of negative that would be brought in. And I got to admit, I do feel that Al's the protector of that in a way, because he makes sure, you know. I even speak to bots, because I can't even tell the difference at times. And that's me, that's who I am.
I love that.
How are you doing? I hope you had a fantastic Tuesday. You know that thing, and you're like, that's a bot. I mean, how long have I been streaming now? And I still do it. And at times when I go to do it, and oh, he's just deleted it. Oh, never mind then. I'll just carry on. But I try to greet everybody, whether you're a bot or not.
Love that. Love that. That is.
Welcome everybody in. It's just making everybody feel comfortable. Like how everybody made me feel comfortable, I want to give it back.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, it's been accepted, and I didn't think people would accept me as much as they have, and I am grateful for that.
Absolutely love that. The positivity, guys.
They are. It's like, yeah. Sorry?
The positivity from you is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I absolutely love that. I love how warm it is. Literally, I've got my hairs are tingling right now with how positive that was, and I absolutely love that. It's so refreshing to hear that. G5, you're up with the next question, pal.
So we've heard you speak about most of the things that were positive about your journey, but I'm going to go back into the beginning of your journey for it. And in your early days, when you started streaming, what were you sorry, English is hard at the moment. What were you scared? Were you scared of quiet chats or low numbers or something? And how would you cope with them if you did have them? Or did you just not care at all that you had a quiet chat or low numbers?
Now, I'm going to be honest. Now, we did do research before we even started streaming. I think it was about 3 months before we started. We met Penguins Fan 93.
He's in the chat.
No, hello, Penguin.
Hey, Penguin. And we met him, and we met some others, and we did our research. And we also watched YouTube videos and advice off that. And the key thing, what people over-focused on was numbers and the view counts. And people get lost because that is your achievement. Of course it is, to have the numbers, yes, and to grow. But the problem is, if you're too focused on your numbers, you're not seeing the people behind the words in your chat. Yeah. You're going to just see them as numbers.
Yep.
And the key thing is, I feel, is that if you take that view counter away, right, and the fear is also, I was worried about able to be approachable on camera, but also showing my real side and playing. I find that I focused on my game as well. So if I was too nervous on the camera, I used to try to focus on the game. And when I felt confident, I then went to the camera. That was the nervous side of things. But with numbers, I took the view counter off. I've never, ever had it on. And I've only looked at my view numbers when it's at the end, or if someone accidentally puts it in chat, and I try to read over it and just brush it over and carry on, because every person who comes in is treated all the same. No one's different from the other, and you're all welcome in. And if that means I accidentally miss someone because the chat goes too fast, or my eyes do jump at times because I do have. Because the colours sometimes collide, so I do have difficulty sometimes. I don't mean to, but sometimes my eyes jump or they collide, and I miss people accidentally. And some people fully understand that, and people are like, she's ignoring us, and I don't mean to, hand on heart, I don't, and I'm sorry. But yes, that's an issue. But to get around the whole numbers thing, I've never had that issue. I mean, do I wish to grow? Yes, I wouldn't lie, I do want to grow. But I want to not just grow for myself, but for everyone, because how are you going to grow when you're by yourself? Yes, I have my other half, me doc, but at the same time, you need to build a community where the positivity grows, where you help each other. You can't just stand alone and not help yourself. How are you going to help people also when
you're too focused on your numbers?
Yeah. You got to look beyond yourself a little, and you got to look at the people you're talking to, and that's hard because I also find it difficult to remember names at times. That's because I am getting better, but I do struggle with that. But yeah, I think numbers thing, that doesn't bother me because I don't have it. It's a big rule, big no. I don't have it because you do focus on the views. You got to focus on who you have there, because each one are precious, and they take their time out their day to visit you, whether that's a quick pop in, just to say hi, because the fact they even remembered you is most important. That means the world to you.
Yeah.
You know, and even if they're lurkers, I love lurkers. Lurkers mean the world to you, because that shows love right there. Just because they're not able to be with you chatting does not mean they aren't supporting you. They're supporting you in every way. That they help you grow. They're so important.
Mhm.
Everybody counts. It's
Absolutely
not
love
one's more important than the other. Just because someone's talking doesn't mean they're more important than the lurker. Or everybody's precious, no matter the time, and never make them feel guilty. And that's another key. Things I do truly believe in is numbers and making people feel welcome and not feeling guilty if they have to go, and always appreciate everybody who comes in. That's the key. Sorry for the
Love
negative.
that. No, that's
No.
amazing. I think
It's
you
just-
highlighting quality over quantity is
Mhm.
fantastic, and it's refreshing to hear. It really is refreshing to hear, and
And
I love
also-
that. Absolutely love that.
It's also quite a different take to what we usually hear is on the podcast. Because a lot of people prefer people who talk compared to the lurkers. Everyone knows and appreciates them, but they still have that preference for those who talk to you and interact with you as a streamer. So hearing your take on it as them being equally as important, if not more so than the talkers, is quite novel, quite nice.
Mhm.
Definitely.
It's like an example. There's a few who I know, right, who say, "I'm sorry, I can't really talk or interact. I'm doing work," but you're there in the background. You know what? The fact that they put you on instead of music, think of it like that. They put you on in the background instead of music to support you while they're working.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Love that.
tell me, how does that feel like that's less important to you when you see it like that? They'd rather listen to you and
No.
take their time out to support you rather than listen to music or watching TV. They'd rather support you. I
Love
think
that.
that's
Yeah.
really special.
So refreshing to hear.
Really nice way of
Absolutely
putting
love
it.
that. Really love that.
Way of putting it. And I
Brilliant.
like it.
Taylor, follow on from that. It's brilliant.
No, I'm gonna.
No,
First
it's
of all,
just a good example.
the way you say it is about sometimes you miss like some people in chat.
Yeah.
But I've been in your streams, and not to put numbers onto you, I've been in your streams when you've been at like 80, 90 numbers,
Mm-hmm.
like viewers in your chat, and you are literally on a roll. You're hitting every comment. So don't ever put yourself down about missing an odd comment. But that's not my question. My question's going to be more towards Doc.
Mhm.
The backstage things, like what difficulties do you find possibly like running the stream sort of like from behind the scenes?
Well, what do you find hard?
I don't know. I keep on top of everything, really, making sure everything's running okay, because we've got terrible internet where we are in this little village we're in. Trying to make sure the internet stays on and keep everything up. That was a challenge at the start.
Because of that, obviously you had to cancel your birthday stream. I know. How frustrating was that for you, Doc, working backstage with it all?
I was more disappointed for you, for yours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was because everything was actually working then. Our internet was fine. We'd got everything set up, done all the graphics and everything. It was that was a Twitch issue, and it was so disappointing. You know, I felt so bad for Izzy.
It was a Twitch issue.
But then you were more disappointed because everyone had came to see you, but then we couldn't.
I feel like
we couldn't get back on. We tried so many times. We tried everything, but
it's just I felt like I let people down, and so did you, didn't you?
But then we got loads of messages from the people who came in and saying, "Oh no, you didn't let me down." And then the forum, we weren't going to do it again, but we'd had so many requests to do it again.
Yeah.
Everyone was so supportive and understanding. It was really good. That's what I mean when I say we're lucky about the community. We have such understanding and great viewers.
I think that's the thing, though. If you're real at the start, they'll understand. And do you know what I mean? It's different. If you're fake, it doesn't last long anyway. It burns out. They'll see beyond it.
Yeah.
So the key is to be as well, just you. You know, that's the thing. It's getting personal for them. They take the time out to be with you, and you take your time out to be with them. It's like being in one big room, except from they're behind screens, but so am I. But
like playing a game with your friends, aren't you?
That's all it is. It's amazing, but it's because I didn't expect it to feel the way it did at the start. I really didn't. It's totally a new experience to me. I didn't realize how much it'd mean to me from when it started to where it is now. But I've got to admit, Doc never stops doing all the social medias. I mean, not joking. He does even I have to be honest. Even when he's at the toilet, he never stops. He never stops. He never stops.
When you were asleep.
Sorry, but even when he's on the toilet, when I'm asleep having a nap, I'm being honest, he'll advertise. He never stops, and I think that's the key. I wouldn't have been able to be where I am if it wasn't for the doc. He advertises all the time, every day on every platform. And I think that is also a key. If you want to grow, you've just got to keep doing it. And I mean, at the start to where we are now, if you don't get noticed at the start, if you keep going like Doc does, you will get rewarded. But it's a lot of hard work. And I've got to admit, he never stops. And I don't take credit for that at all, because he knows how to do it. And
you never expected it at the start, did you?
No, I've learned a lot as I've gone along, and I have took some responsibilities because it's a lot to do. But it's really down to you what does all that. And yeah, I've got to admit, you never stop. Good job you don't sleep, really, bless you.
Oh, wow.
Love it. Love it.
One of those people?
Sorry?
Just one of those people that struggles to sleep, or?
Well, the Doc always struggles to sleep. He has problems, health issues, which also cause him to.
So I'm up most night advertising or doing videos for TikTok or graphics or something.
He's always
She keeps us busy.
Oh, thank you. In fairness, I always say, go and play something, do something. It's like dragging him. I don't know. It's just so hard. It's like, he'll go, no, I must get this done. I must get this done. But, we're a team. That's how we say it. We've always worked in a team. So I think that's also helped us as well. Because before Twitch, we've also worked in our past jobs when we worked together. We've always worked together. So we've kind of learned how to work together, because that's hard as a couple at times.
Yeah.
We live and breathe each other. So, yeah. Amen.
Absolutely love that. Pinky,
can I just point out Sorry, can I just point out as well, Mum and Eddie makes a really good point here as well, Izzy. Plus, Izzy and the Doc send personalised messages to the Fright fam all the time. Now, I can vouch for that, because obviously I messaged you, didn't I, before, Izzy, and then we got talking, and then spoke about my dad, and I thought, that's it. We'll obviously, next time I speak to you would be tonight. But since then, obviously we spoke a few times, because you've messaged me and you've gone, oh, how's your dad, and things like that, and I didn't expect that. So obviously you make people feel at home in your community, as I said that to you before.
Yeah.
So obviously it just shows what an amazing couple you are, and how much time and effort and energy goes into that. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
We do. And if we don't, there's either a reason for it, because we've had issues with private messaging lately, with whispers and things like that in the past, that it doesn't even send, does it? Or there's an error, or it's not unlocked on the other side, like it's been kept private and they don't want it. So sometimes there's a reason why we can't send.
But we try and reach out to as many people as we can.
Yeah, we do. We do try. It's just to say thank you for taking your time out to come and see us.
But if people can take the time out to come to the stream, we feel we can take the time out to say thank you.
Yeah. I mean, of course, that's a little harder if you have more people, but that's why I think it's also the key that when they come into stream, it means the world that they come to you, and you make sure that you feel like you make them feel that you appreciate them.
Yep.
And I don't know, it's just how I feel about things. It's about being positive.
Absolutely love it. And literally, honestly, I can't exaggerate. Honestly, the positivity coming, it is incredible, guys. Don't change. Honestly, it's amazing. Pinky, you're up with the next question.
Yeah. Sorry, Ninja.
Yeah, I've missed a few with coughing, unfortunately. So I apologize if I repeat any that have already been said. But you've obviously covered a lot of very impressive things with your streaming career so far. But what would you say is your proudest achievement as a streamer so far?
Probably being able to help so many people get affiliated.
I was just about to say that's two minds think alike. Yes,
same brain cell.
It's about helping each other grow, and I think showing each other that it's not about being by yourself or just with a couple of people. It's about helping each other grow, and I think that's really important. Helping each other hit affiliate, or helping each other in making friends, so then they grow in a nice way, in an organic way. It's just nice. It's organic. It's natural. It's not false. It's just nice, you know. It's positive and bringing it to their stream. And it's just, wouldn't you say, it's honestly about helping each other grow, isn't it? Really,
Yeah,
that's our proudest moment. And
before Twitch, we used to work to help people with low self-esteem, try and reach your goals, or disadvantaged people. So to be able to bring that kind of concept into Twitch and just help people who want to reach your goals as affiliates,
and to believe in yourself,
and believe in themselves, because we believed in trying to help others believe in themselves.
Yes.
It's been good to bring that onto Twitch and to say it's happened.
Yes. Bring in positivity. Believe in yourself. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's really cool.
Love that. G5, you've got the last question about streaming before we move on to the personal side of the podcast.
Okay,
So,
bloody hell.
yeah,
So
make
the
it a
question
good
I
one,
was going to
sir.
ask, I'm going to have to change for a second, because if it's the last one, I'll actually try and do something. What would you say? This is a question to both, because this could even well be for Doc, could even be for you, is it? Which would be the most embarrassing or uncomfortable moment you had on stream, or happened on stream with, for example, power outages, or just generally a rage quit, or the mic that's muted for half an hour long, etc., etc.
There's a few. Light dropped. Me talking, not realising that the mic was off. Me spitting out bread when I thought I hid it off camera. That was what happened last week. Challenge. I can't believe that. I will admit, I was so embarrassed looking back. I took advice of some of the people, right, about eating some bread after the one chip. Now, it didn't really work for me. So I spat it out in a container, and I thought I hid it off camera. And I didn't, and it looked disgusting. I felt so I did. And the other one is where I just shoved my ice cream. I mean, I know I said I'm sorry, I must look like an animal, but when I seen me face just stick the carton of ice cream in my mouth, you know, it's just so embarrassing. The way I lost the bean boozles. I mean, that was all happening on my birthday street. I mean, I'm being honest, that was me worst.
To be fair, you did send him flying. She was too busy shouting, "Where's the bread? Where's the bread?" and throwing everything around. She got the bean boozles and sent him flying. And then 3 hours later, we found him winging from the kitchen 3 hours later.
So he's got the bean boozles from the ground.
It was so embarrassing, but my goodness, I wouldn't do that one chip again. Only stupid people like myself do that, so I don't advise you to try it.
Oh, I love that. Hey, it grows you as a character on the stream. You can't be more embarrassed now, can you? Let's be honest. You've done worse. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. See?
I love that. I dribble a lot with their saliva with the sours.
Yeah, she does the
I will be honest.
You drool a lot.
I do. And I even try to drink my mic with me drink at times. I mean, you know.
Or when you tried to eat the stamp last week?
Well, yes, I tried to eat the stamp, but then I thought you were feeding me ice cream.
We were doing these face stamps on the birthday, and I'd give us a spoon of ice cream and try and cool his mouth down. And then I'd be stamping his face because he got a sub. And I got the stamp around here and she'd turn around trying to bite it.
Well, yeah, that's because I thought it was
Love it. Love it. Absolutely love that.
That shows how focused she is on the game.
Okay. So we're gonna go on to the personal side here now. We're gonna get to know a bit more about the life of Izzy and Doc. So I think we covered enough on streaming. To be fair, guys, I think if they're not watching you now, I think people should be. It's simple as that. Yeah. Now we're gonna get to know you a bit more. As mentioned off stream, anything you're not comfortable with, honestly, just say I can't answer that, and we will move on. All right. Yeah. Taylor, you're going to kickstart us with the personal stuff.
Yeah. Easy one straight away. I want to know about how Izzy and Doc met. Was it love at first sight?
Yeah, well, it was basketball. I met the Doc, and
we're both coaching at the same camp, weren't we?
Yes, we were, and we're so competitive. And he took us under the wing, and he said he'd coach us, didn't you? Train us up to be like a proper coach, and I was so chuffed, wasn't I?
Yes.
But yes, and the deal was for the first ever McDonald's meal for a date kind of thing.
After practice.
Was it first?
The loser buys the food.
Yes, and how many did you win by?
250.
And how many did I get?
Well.
Yeah, well, yeah, that says it all, doesn't it? So guess who bought the burger? Me.
I did also though.
I know you did. I had to. It's a pride thing, okay? You beat me, but okay, fine. I'll buy you the burger. But guess what? The burger got him back because it dropped on his pants.
Yeah, it was over sauce and it fell right on the sauce. And
Back.
you had another lesson afterwards. It looked terrible.
Yes, it did. I so enjoyed it. I just giggled away. Don't mind me.
Divine karma.
That was one of the first little outings.
That's awesome.
Brilliant. Karma in his final
Okay,
form.
I'm going on the back of that one. Who fancied who first?
Well, I don't think we really
Kind of happened, didn't it?
It's hard to say, yeah, because we were talking for ages. When
Listen how old we were.
MSN then, you know.
Oh, wow.
MSN days.
Yeah.
We kind of just said we'd talk to each other, you know, and we did that for how long? 6 months?
Something like that.
About 6 months we did that, and then till finally about 10:30 at night he said, would you like to go out with this kind of thing? And he was the first ever person to truly ask us out properly. And I said yes. And we never really looked back, to be fair. I'm being honest. And the first real date was Newcastle. It's like a cinema, big mall type thing, isn't it, though? And I tried to wear heels. I had to take them off at the place, and I looked like I pooed myself for like an hour and a half because I couldn't walk on heels. What an impression. I'm being honest. And we did go eventually. I always remember him going, you can't take these off, you know. I went, can I take them off? He goes, yeah. I said, I don't really wear heels, you know. He goes, I can tell. I used to wear just like trainers or wedges. I was wearing proper boots with heels. Hey, you should have seen the way I was walking. I was a ruptured duck. Oh, and he was such a gentleman. Hey, man, and there's me for the rest of the night walking with some socks on, when I all the way around the mall. And he even offered to rub my feet. He felt sorry for us. That was what the real true date after the McDonald's, of course, when you beat me. But the real true date after he asked us out was that one, really. But yeah, that was so embarrassing. I looked really nice, except for me looking like I pooed myself, to be fair, didn't it? No. And there's you going, it's all right. You know, you're such a gentleman.
You were just trying to feel taller, that's what it was.
It didn't work, did it? I looked bent up and looked like I'm sorry.
Well, I have to say, you couldn't have been that bad because he still sat next to you, so it couldn't have been that bad.
Why are you with me after looking like that?
I was going to say, if they've seen you at your worst, they'll love you at your best, right?
Me acting like a lady didn't work too often. It always works for me, you know. Basketball, you know, me trying to act like a lady, it doesn't work for me, man.
I love that. I love
wonderful.
that. Pinky, I know you're having a coffee fit, so I'm going to skip you for now. I'll come back to you, all right? G5, can you take the next question, mate?
Yes, because it has my turn, if I remember it correctly. But just as a question, are you guys married? And if not, do you guys want to be?
No, we're engaged. We are going to get married.
Yes, but we're not in a hurry. But we are engaged. We got engaged 2015.
On the TARDIS.
Yes, on David Tennant's TARDIS. Thank you very much, in Cardiff. It was the best. It was worth waiting 9 years for. Worth every minute of waiting. But yes, it was magical. David Tennant's TARDIS, and I was shocked, and he was getting the imprint of the grey on the floor.
It wasn't very comfortable, that TARDIS floor.
No, because I kept my mouth open like I was catching flies when he actually said it after 9 years. Is that yes? I was like, is it? Are you okay? Is that yes? I was like, yes.
Oh, guys, suffer there.
Hey.
Doctor Who engagement. I absolutely
That's
love that.
amazing.
I love that. So obviously you
Literally
guys are not in a
couples
rush.
goals.
Yeah, you're not in a rush. You're obviously just going to do when you're ready. You'll tie the knot. But for now,
Yeah.
you're basically married already. Let's be fair, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's be fair. The way that you're going, Izzy, if you guys do get married, I'm fairly sure you're going to have to stream it. I'm sorry to say, the way things are going, you may have to do it an online wedding. Let's be fair.
Could you imagine on a couple of videos? Help me, please. Could you imagine? Help me. Oh yeah, I know. SOS.
Now, what it'd be is, has anybody got any objections? Stop quickly mutes the chat so no one can say anything. Yeah, go on in. They'll try it. Love that. Pinky, are you back with us now? Can you ask the next question?
Nope.
Okay, Tato,
Sorry.
you're up.
So I'm gonna go back to school days now, guys. I want to know, what was school like for the pair of you?
I didn't like it.
No,
I was bullied a lot.
Yeah.
I was a misfit, really. I didn't really fit in. No one.
Because you came from down south up to the north.
Yes, that is true. Because let's put it this way: when I went to high school, I said, "Excuse my fingers for passing over Polo," and the lass goes, "You don't belong here," and then knocked us out because she says you don't belong here, you know. And that's my kind of up and downs in school. Was I was a misfit. No one really. Well, I think you do in school. You're either popular or you're not. And I didn't want to follow the crowd. I just wanted to be me. And I didn't have very much confidence. I was always bullied. That's why I think it's so important now. And that's why I was nervous on Twitch, that if people would accept me for who I am. And I think that's part of it. It is, it's true. And when I realized how people were so accepting of me, of who I am, I wanted to give that back and also bring the positivity in, which people may need that from being outside to be brought here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. To a safe space, that's also important. That if you've had a down day, you've cried, you've had a poopy day, you wish that you just have a place of feeling comfortable. That's what it's about. But yeah, my school time, I would say, yes, there were some up moments. I was proud of some things, of what, like small things, the certificates and making certain friends who mean the world to you then. But it wasn't the most, if someone told me to go back to school now, would I do it? Not for me, no, because you never stop learning anyway. I've done what I've needed to do. I don't need to go back.
Yeah. But doing that, what are you doing since then? We've taught basketball in schools. You've been a teacher assistant. You absolutely love working in schools.
Yeah, that is true. I'm a teacher's assistant. I've also helped special needs. It's so rewarding. I mean, before Twitch, I'm a carer for my mum, and I used to also work part-time at a school as a teacher's assistant for special needs. And he was a lovely little boy, and it was so rewarding. And it was heartbreaking to choose either caring for my mum or the school, but family comes first every time. Yeah. And that's when the doc said, maybe why don't you try doing something you want to do? And that was Twitch. They're like general streaming. Why don't you do it? And that's how that started. I've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. That's why that was said like that. Because I had to give up the school I worked in, But I don't regret it. It was something else I loved doing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, an incredibly difficult.
Yeah, it was hard, but very rewarding. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I really did.
Doc, how did you find school?
I quite enjoyed it, to be fair.
No, you would, wouldn't you?
The nightmare for first school. Your parents would have to drag us to school. Hated that. middle school, I started off not liking it, but then I got into basketball and being very competitive when I was younger. I always wanted to be like the best of what I was doing, and to get into college and university to follow a basketball dream, I'd have to be good at my schoolwork, they said. So I just tried hard at school, and that was it, really.
That's one positive of mine, because I was very competitive. The people who weren't all keen on us, when I did sport things, they always wanted to be on my side. That's just because I was good at what I did.
Yeah. They want to be against you, Izzy. That's what it was. They didn't want to be on your team.
Oh, but that's true. I fell in love with basketball in middle school, and I met Al not long after I left there.
When you were in college?
Yeah.
When you first met?
Yes. So yes.
I had a high school teacher. He was obsessed with football and rugby. And that's fine. You can love any sport you want. But he always used to pick on me for those lessons and say, that's a girl sport, basketball, and laugh on and everything. And, oh, you'll never get anywhere with that. And then around 4 years later, he had booked basketball lessons with us, didn't he? Because he wanted the best basketball teachers around. He didn't know it was actually us two, because he'd also taught Isabel. And he didn't like him, because she liked basketball. So that was a proud moment, walking in his gym, and he had to like go, oh, and we're like, yeah. You remember who we are.
Yes, that is really
that was a good moment.
Another good moment was at high school when they said to my parents that I'd probably be nothing than like working in a shop, because I'm a really nice girl and all, but you know, because of my difficulties, I wouldn't probably get any further. I got MVQ3 in childcare, so I could be a child assistant. I'm a basketball coach. I'm a carer. I've got hairdressing qualification, which wasn't, you know, this is for a person who they put down on. So it shows that if you always listen to people, it's not going to happen. But if you believe in yourself and people around you, you can achieve anything. And I think that's also important. So yes, with the negativity I've had, I've always tried my best, 110%. Even if people said I was no good at anything, I always put my all in. And you know what? It was so rewarding, because one, I got to prove them wrong, especially the ones who went back to schooling, especially like when we went to train, and they were so shocked what I was doing. And I said I was a teacher's assistant, and they didn't know what to say to that. Do you know what I mean? It's like you prove them, like, look, I can do this because I believe in me, and I got the help I needed to get where I needed to be. As long as you believe in yourself, never put yourself down, always pick yourself up and do small goals, you'll get there. Just got to believe in yourself. Even when sometimes you get knocked down, you've got either someone to pick you up, to help you up, or you're going to fight. You've hit the bottom now, you need to pick yourself up and get back up and prove yourself. Yes.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that. I say that saying all the time. I do say that. I'm not gonna lie,
that's a really healthy way of looking at it, because in some cases, those who are treated that way will either react one of two ways, like with yourself, picking themselves back up, or allowing it to push them even further down, and then not even wanting to try. So the fact that you've gone against that is incredible and very inspiring.
We work with a lot of children like that, where PE staff or other teachers would keep putting them down in lessons. I mean, we had this one boy in basketball. He was so shy, and the teacher goes, "Oh, don't even bother with him. He's no good at anything."
No, that's right.
We got him to travel around the UK with, didn't he? Playing different camps. He played basketball in different camps all around the UK. Now he's got a management role. He's got a family.
He's flourished.
He's an amazing player. He sings in a band as well. He had no self-esteem at the start.
No confidence.
You talk to him and he'd be like this.
Amazing.
That's incredible.
Teachers like, don't even bother with him. He's no one. And we got him to get the confidence. That's all he needed was someone to believe in him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he came out of himself.
And I think that's also something we want to bring into when we stream also. That's why I always say about a safe place. So do you, don't you? Is that when you have a bad day, that even if I say, when I say it and I mean it, and I'll go, you're awesome, I do mean it, because each and every one of you who've came in, you are amazing and you are awesome. And sometimes people do need to hear that, because the days when I felt down, I had someone to tell me I was awesome, or I can do it, or believe in yourself, achieve it. Yeah. and I had the doc or someone else, but it was normally the doc, I'll be honest, or my dad when he was around, bless him, or my mum. But you sometimes just need that other person to tell you can do it.
Yeah.
And you have something positive, and I think that's important too. It's just you know.
Love that. Absolutely love that. So positive. All right, Pinky, are you now able to ask a question?
Yeah, I think I've coughed my lungs up. I don't have any lungs left, so it'll be fine.
Okay.
But no, we've obviously covered your love of sports. Was that your favorite subject in school, or did you have like something else that really sparked up a passion in you guys? Both.
I loved art. I got to admit, I really did love art. I think because I had so much trouble with my dyslexia at school, because in that time period they didn't really support it per se, as I would say. I tried my best, and I worked. Well, when school was finished, I used to do a lot of work after school, and even brought it home with me. Not even just normal homework; it would be through the summer holidays. I used to have to do a lot of work to catch up. Even from when I was in first school, I used to have to do a lot of work during the 6 weeks holiday, which was like homework nearly every day, just to try to keep up with the other children in the class with my dyslexia then. And my dad, bless him, always helped me. And I got to admit, he always kept me pushing when I was little. And I'm grateful for Dad, because he always kept us going and pushed us and believed in us. And yeah, I am grateful to Dad that way, bless him. But yes, it was art. I think I loved art because it didn't need words. You could just draw and colour, and it was expressional. Is that how you pronounce it?
Express yourself.
Express yourself in the right way. So yeah, I used to love art. I really did. I'm a very hands-on person, to be fair. I'd rather speak to you like this rather than write something, because what Al could do in like 10-15 minutes probably take me an hour to 2 hours. You could come like this really quick, and I overthink. And then sometimes I kind of sabotage myself, or it doesn't make sense, you know. I'm honest. It's a flaw of mine. And yes, I am getting better. I am getting better because I do believe in myself. It's just I still got a way to go. You know, I'm still learning. I'm still trying to improve. You know, but I've got the doc here to help us, so I'm grateful for that.
And my favourite was English and history, so I prefer typing, don't I?
Yes, you do. That's what I'm saying.
I prefer typing and writing.
Just show off, yeah.
The problem is, though, if I write an email, it's like an essay or a book.
Just rub it into the wound.
No, I'm just saying I write too much.
You know, just rub it in. It's all right, mate.
That's like we're good mix. You write too little, I write too much.
It's okay. I think it's much. This is like we're a perfect team. We help each other out. We balance each other. Where he does too much, I do too. I like shrink it down.
Yeah, but it does help, because you'll say, "Do you need all that rambling on?" And I'll be like, "Oh, I don't really." So then I'll take it out.
But then I'll go, "Do you think this looks right?" He goes, "Yeah, but give us a minute." So there's a few here that doesn't make sense. Throw that letter out here, that word here. You've done really well, but you're very positive. But bless you, it's like reworking the whole sentences, isn't it? You just have to redo the whole thing first. Bless you. Just take time.
Oh, you perfectly balance each other out.
Love it. I love it. G5, you're up with the next question.
I'm actually going to switch over to pets for this one. Do you have any at the moment, or are you thinking of having any if you don't?
Any pets?
Yes, pets. Sorry.
We've got 2 dogs and a cat.
Yes.
2 little toy poodles, 2 little toy poodles, Brandy and Sherry, and
that's brilliant names.
Old girl Bella the cat, who's very hungry all the time.
Oh, she's always hungry. She clings onto me pants like it's her last. You're dragging your leg like it's okay. It's okay.
You're going to feed it.
You just 10 minutes ago, but I'll feed you again. And she's like, "No, for dear life, like I'm not gonna."
Then you got promo-ups.
And then you're like, "Are you losing your pants again?" "Yes, because the cat won't get off me leg."
I was in the other room doing something, and I could hear her shouting to us, and I went out. She goes, "Can you pull my pants up? The cat's pull my pants down." I just sat in the hole like this. It was so wet, you were washing up or something.
And you got to unclick her nails one at a time.
And then I've got to pick her up to show that it's not food.
Oh, but what you like if
And
it
then,
is?
sure, but it's just
She
give me
tries
food.
to swipe the bottles out my hand. She nearly took my finger off yesterday, thinking it was a piece of chicken.
I have to say, it sounds like Doc has trained the cat to get your trousers off. That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, bless. She's about 17, 18. She's kind of, well, when I first got her, bless her, I got her from the street, and my dad said, right, I couldn't keep her. I had to put her in a cattery. And I remember giving her to my auntie to look after. And
You proposed it, then you say
but that was, I picked up Bella picked up Bella from my auntie's, and I brought her to home and said to Dad I was going to take her to Red Row, to the cattery. And Dad says, well, I'll tell you what, we'll make a deal. Since we couldn't give you so-and-so, we'll let you have Bella. But the deal is, because she's a stray cat, you've got to put posters all over the place till we find out if she's, like, belongs to anybody.
Come on, yeah.
Yeah. And we did take her to the vet to see if she was, you know, had anything to be told, but she wasn't. So we did put posters on. We found out that it was people from opposite the house who couldn't afford her, and they were just looking after her for a friend, but the friend didn't want her back, and they dropped her. She had litter. She was like 1.5 size of me hand, bless her, tiny wee thing. And they said she was over a year old, and I couldn't believe it. And she had a litter, and they all died because they threw her out the house. And she was my first ever 4-legged little friend, and she's still going now, but she was still, I always remember when she first put her face in the cheesecake and ran off with the whole chicken in the kitchen. And my mother was like, whose idea was this? Well, it was Dad and yours, remember? Well, did your cat keep her under control? And here's Bella going, meow, 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 and running off with a whole chicken in her mouth. It's a raw chicken.
I love it.
The image of this is brilliant.
And
I want to meet said cat.
but now she calmed down, but as she's got older, she's kind of reverting back. So now she's becoming like when I first got her, but worse. So like when she comes into your pants, it's like when I first got her, but even worse, you know? She's like stuck to you like anything. It's just terrible, but in a funny way, innit? Oh, she's got a lot of personality, but I love her to bits because she's my first ever 4-legged little animal, like Belle. Like other than a rabbit or a hamster, it was like a feline or a dog. Because I wanted a dog originally and I couldn't, so they let us have Bella as long as it didn't belong to anyone. So
how do the dogs get along with the cat? Do they get along well, or did you have any TV problems?
They do actually. I think Brandy and Sherry do get on with Bella. I mean, sometimes Brandy likes to give her lots of snogs and kisses, and Bella like goes, go away from me. Oh, sorry. But yeah, she normally gives him a little smack to like, get away, will you? Or a little hiss, because he like proper smothers, you know? But Brandy likes to be held like a baby, and Sherry, well, I think it's another girlfriend for the doc, to be fair. She just looks at him like he's a love pup, you know?
She won't leave
She just like, constantly like, you love me, you love me, you love me. And it's like, all right, Sherry. And she's like, I mean, I trained her to smack him. That's quite funny. So if he doesn't give attention, he'll go, he goes, I'm paying attention to you, you know.
Aye, then you're the other side going,
what about me?
exactly.
But yeah, it's quite funny how we do it, to be fair.
Love that. Absolutely love. What great stories. That is brilliant. Taylor, you're up.
All right, so I'm going to be a bit more controversial now, Izzy and Doc.
How dare
Do
you?
you guys ever argue?
Oh, yeah. We always have disagreements. We're very competitive. We're always right. Anna, I'm always right, Anna.
And
So, yes. I mean, who's going to say, I never argue, ever. You do, you argue. You're going to have disagreements. You're not always going to agree. Sometimes the other person can be right, but the other person does what they want, like for the other person, and then they're like, see, I told you I was right. I'm not listening to you again. You know, it's the same thing.
It'd be a lot easier though if you just accept that I'm always right.
No, you're not. Oh, you talk rubbish.
All right. So So who's the first one to back down in an argument then?
Do either of you? Is that the question, really?
That's why I didn't laugh. Because you don't will back down.
No, we don't. We're very stubborn. We're very, we like to prove each other right. Or, well, if the other person was wrong, we like to say, I told you so. 3 hours later. Told you so. And excuse me for coughing. And the doc's like,
all right.
Yes, you were right.
Yes, you were right. Or he'll go, I don't need to say anything at all, do I?
Yeah. And Mama in chat has said probably one of the best bits, the making up is the best part.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait to. So those in chat, we will be doing a Mr. and Mrs. later on in the podcast. It'll be towards the end where we will be setting them up against each other. A, we know they're very competitive, and B, we know how they're going to get on. So it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm really looking forward to that. Pinky, you're up with the next question.
Yeah, so obviously we've covered quite a few bits in terms of other things that you do besides streaming and work-related things. Do you have any hobbies that you share together, or do you have any things that you do purely individually, like your own thing that you both love?
Well, the only thing he does differently from me is the stepper, and I just like to watch
exercise,
him. Yeah, I can't be bothered with that. I'll be honest. I'd go, you're doing exercise for me, and I'll just play a game.
Yeah, actually, done that the other day. I
was playing God of War.
I was busy working out, and she goes, I'm losing weight just watching you playing on my God of War here. I'm like, oh, okay.
I love that.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Well, I said, did you know that you burn off calories just by playing? He goes, and he's doing this step out, and you hear it squeaking. I'm like, oh, when's he nearly finished? That's the only thing he does different. But most of the stuff we literally do together. We do ghost hunts and paranormal activity.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
We do them for charity, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Like, because when in Northumberland, we've got loads of historic places. So we hire the hall out or the castle or somewhere and invite guests in, teach them some history, see if anything happens.
But also, we love doing places what haven't been on the books of being haunted, because sometimes they're the most surprising ones. And that's the most interesting ones at times. They can surprise you the most. Like that community place we did.
Yeah.
And that was the most surprising one. They're like, oh, we heard a little bit here and there, but it wasn't really in the books, you know?
We got knives thrown at me and everything.
Knives, everything. Dark shadows. Yeah, it was really good. And
hold up. Knives thrown at you?
Yeah, it was like an old knife, silver knife. And we can't say for certain it was no one, because when we have people with us, we're like...
we're like a group of 30, so...
We'll stand in a certain way that if it moves, or we'll have light sensors. So if someone does move in that direction, you'll see a light sensor go off, obviously, because you know what light sensors are. And with knives and stuff,
now, I know.
and it was thrown out, wasn't it, from another direction?
No, there was no one there because everyone was accounted for the other way.
Yeah, we were both on this kind of side, and then the knife came from the other side. So
it just missed our head around here, didn't it?
Yeah. What about that time? Also, right? Well, people say I'm a little bit, there was another place we went to, and it was rather dark. I mean, you cannot see nothing.
No, it was very, very dark.
It was pitch black, and I said to the doc and some others, I says, I feel like something's around. And I'm telling you, it's moving. There was something, I said, something's going to be thrown. And did it not long, because the light sensors were all around this object as well. This is what's creepy. It threw, right, and banged, and we all got afraid. So we all told everyone, stay still, switched on the lights, and lo and behold, it was like the bottom of
the stool. This big, easy.
And
big
it was the bottom of the stool, wasn't it? And it was this big, been like unscrewed and thrown at her, and that was terrifying. Now, that was terrifying. Now, I would say, when you come to ghost hunts, we don't go, you've got to believe, that's not what we do. You experience it for yourself. There's days where you get nothing at all, because you can't go, I command you to move things. It just doesn't happen. Oh, look at that. No, it just doesn't happen. Sometimes you can sit there for hours and there'll be nothing. Some nights you might only be able to take pictures and you'll get orbs. Some nights you might just get some weird flashes, don't you? Sometimes you get noises, EVPs, things like that, you know.
They've almost impressed me the most, one of them, because I like to find the scientific reasoning behind it. Everything got a reason at the start, remember?
Yeah, you did, yeah.
So we're in this old barn, and there's a man there apparently used to work in the barn before he died, and he hated men.
Yeah, you were testing it, weren't you?
So the medium was saying, he's coming towards you with a hot poker. And we're like, oh, yeah, whatever. You should leave now. He's coming towards you with a hot poker. And another one of the team goes, oh, well, you could just burn a dock there. And in front of 30 people, no word of a lie, my skin blistered. You can even smell it, couldn't you? And I've even got a scar where this, I got hit with this iron, this hot iron.
Yeah.
Appeared out of nowhere.
It was, I mean, this.
So
I think
since then, I've been a bit more believing.
Yes. I think you got to, I think the thing is, people expect it to happen straight away, like you see it on TV, and it's not the
Nothing
case.
like TV.
I think it's just, if you expect to go and see loads of things, it just doesn't happen. You expect nothing, and if you get something, that's, you know. Yeah, but that's our other hobby we love to do, but we end up doing it together.
And again, it's a nice different evening out for people. It's teach them history of the local area, and then like if we're using a community centre, we're advertising that community centre, what it does. Like we do one in a local town, and we got singing equipment for the youth club and everything.
Yeah, we did.
So it helps the community as a whole from doing these events.
Yes. And
then it grows like something fun and different for everyone to take part in.
Yeah. But
unless you get burnt or knife thrown at you, that's a bit scary. But it was fun.
So how did you guys get into that? I mean, it's not the sort of thing that you see advertised regularly, or it's in my opinion quite a popular thing to do. How did you come across it or get into it?
That was not long after Isabel's dad and sister died, and I'd been diagnosed with brain aneurysms, and we'd been wanting to do something for charities, but we didn't want to do basketball because we were a bit scared at that point, because they said, the doctor said I could drop down dead if I got banged by a ball or something. So we're trying to think of other things, and someone said, oh, about ghost hunts, why don't you do a Ghostbusters evening? So we wrote to Sony, and they got in contact with Ivan Reitman and Dan Aykroyd, and they sent a certificate, didn't they?
Yeah.
So we got a certificate that were official Ghostbusters, and we could do ghost hunt using the Ghostbusters logo. So that's how they started.
Yeah.
We went to a friend's community centre, we done one there. We only got to do one or two. And 7 years later, we're still doing it.
Yeah. That is awesome.
Wow.
It was just going to be a one-off to raise the money for some charities who would help her in the past.
But it was also to see if there was something like that, if there was something on the other side as well, because after I lost my sister and my dad, I felt like I wanted to try to see if there was something on the other side. So it meant even more to me about it being real. Yep. So if I did it, you know, I know for myself it's got to be real, because I don't want to fake things for it to be proof. You know, if there is things on the other side, do I believe there is? Yes, but everybody has their own opinion.
And see how the door of them,
we don't force anybody.
Don't force anyone to believe anything.
If you want to be a skeptic, if you're a non-believer, that's fine. You're more than welcome to experience it, but you don't force on people.
Just going from what we've seen and experienced, that's enough for us, type of thing.
But it was more for us because of my sister and my dad.
And then from there, it's just carried on because we've done so much good with the charity money, where it's helped community centres, one was going to close, and we managed to help them out a bit, get new equipment, and
it's positive again. We're always trying to make a positive of things. If you can see a pattern, that's what we try to do.
Love it.
Negative,
we try to turn it into a
positive. And I think that's the key to things. Sometimes when things get so hard, and sometimes you want to fall or crumble, sometimes you've got to dig in deep, and you got to try to find a positive, even no matter how small it is at times. You just got to find a positive and work with it, and then it can grow from there, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, try and plant that seed of positivity.
It just can be hard at times.
Love that. I love that. G5, I'm going to skip you just for 1 sec. I'm going to come back to you, pal. Taylor's going to ask you some questions.
Yep.
Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I'm ready then, am I?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously we've heard you quite a few times now say about communities and things like that, community work. Can you tell us more about the community work that you do?
Off stream, like I say, teaching sport. We've ran community events for disadvantaged young people, for families, for town councils. We travelled the UK doing them.
Yes, we did. We
went all the way to different areas. We went to places where we've been told that we're going to get knifed and shot by the end of the night.
Yeah, bulletproof vests and all that. Yeah.
We actually refused to wear them, and we thought we were just saying it because it was the first school. And only went up to 9 years old, and like, you should wear the bulletproof vest because we don't like people in here. We're like, oh, it's fine, it's fine. And all the teachers were wearing bulletproof vests.
But do you remember the policeman walking to the toilet?
Yeah, to go to the toilet, you have an armed guard. But
and you had to leave the premise at a certain time as well, because of it gets more active at a certain time.
But everyone respected us because we went in it normal. We went in just our basketball gear. And all the people there, the teachers and the kids, were like, wow, that's impressive that you actually went to their level kind of thing. You weren't scared of them, you didn't show the fear, and we didn't like prejudge them, did we?
No.
From what we'd heard, we just went in, we treat everyone the same no matter who they are or what they've done, really, yeah. And it's like that. And
I would have said I had to prove myself a little bit because
you were being a girl.
Yeah, because I was a woman, a girl, whatever. I think it's a man's sport at times, and men just like, you know. So I got on the free-throw line, and I said, "Give us an hour, and I'll change their mind." Because of course I'll coach me so to become as good as I am, so I wouldn't lose as bad as I did that time when I had to buy McDonald's. Right? You'll never ever let me forget that either, will you? No. So, I remember telling them all to line up behind us and do the free-throw line, and I closed my eyes, didn't I? And I said, if you can do what I do, all here, then you know. So I closed my eyes and I literally did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all hit. Clean shots, you know, because it was my job. You got to be as good as you teach, you know.
We wouldn't do anything else we couldn't do ourselves. We wouldn't tell them to do anything else we couldn't.
And if I couldn't do it, it'd go to the dog. See, I used to coach the younger kids, and then he used to teach the older kids.
That's not that you couldn't do the older one. Just you've got that gift with younger people.
I suppose, yeah. I love being a big kid, though, don't I? It's just how I go.
Look who you're talking to.
I know you love a big kid, but let's not get into this right now. Yeah, I love you as a big kid anyway, you know. But sorry, see, it's rambling. But yeah, we just loved that kind of thing, didn't we?
Yeah, so that's our community work, and then it like family events. Where we put like free sport or free art, so all different lessons on for people where they come as families. We had health eating days. We were trying to make it around health, where for people who couldn't afford like go to the gym or eat healthy or
community time outside as well when we used to go out in the parks.
There was a park where they were going to demolish this park because it was used for drugs, and no one would go for it, none of these big professional teams or anything. And we said, oh, we're going to have to knock it down. So we said, oh, we'll do it. So us two and a friend and my dad and a few other people, we just went down on Friday night, the worst night. And we got all the young kids from around the streets and some local businesses involved, and we ran free basketball lessons. It was turned into a full event of a fun fair and everything. And the park's still there today. That was around 10 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because we just seen,
holy hell!
the lad, he was around. He was smaller than Izzy. He was a tiny little skinny boy. And then we recently seen him, and he's like 22 years old, and he's taller than me now, and I'm 6'4", so he's quite tall. We're like, wow. But yeah, the park's still there.
And even some of the children who were where they were more going the wrong way, if you know what I mean, and we helped them direct the right way. Yeah, I would say that they even one of the lads did really well, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he made something of himself, and that's really proud to say. And I always remember him coming and saying, thank you for helping us. Like, I went, no, you did it on yourself, you know? He did. You just needed someone positive and helping them, guide them the right way. But he did it all himself. He had to do the hard work.
Yeah, we just believed in him. Yeah. That's all you need, someone to believe in you.
Mm-hmm. And you were that person to him, which I don't think you should undersell that, because that's in itself is an important part. Because that's the spark to do it.
Person's life that you've changed, you know what I mean? Hold your head.
Exactly.
It's rewarding, but it's also humbling as well that people view you that way. And it's just nice that we could do that, because when we started we didn't have anyone like that growing up yet, because everyone was for football or rugby. didn't really like basketball.
No.
And
You wanted to get it known, didn't you, and show them.
I got offered a job in America to do games design or do basketball here. I thought I'm going to stay here to try and make like my hometown better, really, my home county, where people who want to play a different sport or learn different skills are accepted instead of having to do the mainstream things. I mean, we work with football and rugby as well. Nothing against any sport. It's just that's what our teachers were like at the time, wasn't it? It was football, rugby, or your.
Well, yeah, because I was told I shouldn't really play, you know.
So while we use basketball as the vehicle, a lot of the time, we done computer, we taught kids how to do video games.
I'm pleased you kind of did go to basketball. I would have never met you myself, would I?
Yeah.
You
There you go.
Not
It's got special meaning now.
I'm kind of pleased you kind of stuck with basketball because I would have never met him myself. You know, I've got to have a little bit. I found me help, you know.
Absolutely love that. Oh, power to you guys. Absolutely. I do agree with Pinky. You are definitely underselling that. I think you have impacted more people's lives than you actually realise. And power to you. Well done, guys. G5, are you ready for the next question?
Yes, and I'm going to go to another topic because apparently I tend to go to other topics. So off from your community work, I'm going to games. Just general gaming, not streaming. What was for both of you the first game that made you fall in love with gaming in general?
Crash Bandicoot.
Straight out. Straight out.
Sorry, Crash Bandicoot was mine because it was if I remember my consoles right, because Doc will tell us off. It was a PlayStation 5. PlayStation. Oh my goodness. If I was that age again right now. Because PlayStation 5 hasn't been out that long, has it? Yeah. Could you imagine us being young? Yippee! Right, sorry. Could you imagine? Hey, man, mashed potato all the way, man. Right, sorry. That's my brain, right? It's just melting. Forgive us. A PlayStation 1. That's right, isn't it, Doc? The silver thing. What looked like a little bit of a brick.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yep. It was I didn't have the memory card. So, Crash Bandicoot.
You did it too!
What?
Sorry, carry on. I'll explain in a minute.
I didn't have the memory card, right? So I used to get into the certain level because I kept dying. I didn't have enough lives. And one day I came back and my sister, came back from school and my sister had did all these levels for me. She completed like all these levels for me for the 99 lives. And she said to us, if you start to lose too many, go to this first one and you'll get all the way there. I completed that whole game with the help of my sister. If it wasn't for her, because I loved the game and what she did for me, it was just the fact it was so meaningful and she took all day just to do that so I could spend my time to play Crash Bandicoot. Sorry, Crash. I said your name wrong, mate. I'm sorry. I'm even saying sorry, Crash. Don't mind me. Right, but but yeah. My sister made me really love games with Crash. I got to admit, Crash was me all-time favourite, honestly.
That's incredible.
I started with a Commodore 64. That showed me.
Yes, lad. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yes, lad.
Welcome to my world. I got that off my uncle. Aliens on there. That was like the first person shooter game. That was quite scary as a kid.
He showed me that, you know. Have you actually seen what it looks like?
There's some people like these things. Where it's like
little dots.
She doesn't understand it.
Oh man.
And then I'd say Sonic the Hedgehog. That would be all-time favourite when I was a kid. And then I've got you into that recently, haven't you?
Oh yes.
You've been playing Sonic Mania and Sonic Origins and
well, it was
Sonic Frontiers first.
Frontiers, what got me into it, because he actually needed me, you see. I didn't really like Sonic at all, but if you're not a Sonic lover, play Sonic Frontiers and you'll end up loving Sonic, because it's more modern, so...
Because you don't like... Oh, you like the old school ones, right?
Well, now I do, because I got really good, and I like Tails. Everything. I love it. I love Tails. You can fly over.
That's brilliant.
Not gonna lie, for me, it was always Sonic Unleashed that got me. It's such a different Sonic game, but
I like that one as well. You haven't played that one yet. You're getting there. You're going backwards at the minute.
I'm getting there.
We're going backwards. We're going back. Sonic Generation, she's on now, so she's enjoying that one.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get to it.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting good. I'm getting good. I'm getting there.
Quite good.
I got to admit, I do love Sonic a lot more than I ever have. I got to admit that's because of you, because he needed us for Sonic Frontiers to get S's on things because he couldn't do it, so I needed to do it for him.
He has
no comeback to that.
2 seconds off, wasn't it? And then you went into the first time like that, and like, oh, there you go.
What about the boss? He goes, this boss is going to be mega hard. I did it on my first go. And he goes, well, that was just lucky, wasn't it? Wait till you do this boss. So I did that. That was on my first go as well. He goes,
I've got the other power-ups, though. And you're super solid.
what about the one I got you all the pattern? And you're like, that's not fair. That's not fair.
I love this. Sorry, guys. I need to rope you in. Pinky, obviously, speak to Izzy and Doc about your point with the memory card after the podcast, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
And speak off stream. I think we're back to Taylor. I think Taylor, we're back with you, mate.
Right, yeah. So, what games do you guys like to play together then?
Sonic.
We're playing that at the minute.
Yes.
Multiplayer. Don't Starve Together.
Yep.
You like that one?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Spirits Unleashed.
Yeah.
We play that on stream as well, but we played a lot off stream.
That is really fun. What else did we do? There's the other one, but it's the Sonic one, but with the
Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
I love it.
Maybe behind the colours up. He's so competitive on that.
I love it. I love to wit. So you. You cannot say anything. You're as competitive as me. You are.
And then we'll take turns on single player games as well.
Yes, we do.
What have we just been playing? Well, you're playing God of War 2. I've been playing the Spider-Man games.
But I help you with the side ones because you don't like it unless I don't play with you. I want to get the cat on the back thing.
She's after the cap and the backpack and Spider-Man. So yeah, we play a lot of games together, multiplayer or non-multiplayer.
Crash Racing, I like that one.
Yeah, sounds good.
That was so
Crash Team Racing.
I love it. I've got to admit, I think I've got like nearly every Crash game I've.
I think we managed to get everything.
Well, you have first. But you see the new Crash one was coming out, isn't it? Tag team or something?
Yeah, fighting one.
Where you throw stuff. It's like a.
Too violent for you.
It's not violent.
Resident Evil series, we love that one.
Oh yes, I do love a good
Silent Hill.
DVD.
Oh, DVD's a good one.
Love DVD.
And you just replayed through Devil May Cry.
Yes, I love that slashy slash and a pow pow. Makes you feel epic.
You needed a bit of that after Twitch of Crash the other day, didn't you?
Didn't I? Yeah, I couldn't.
I think every monster is called Twitch in there.
It was at that period of time, yes. I needed something to slashy slash and pow pow and stabby stab. It was fantastic.
I love that. Sometimes you need to vent, don't you? Use that video game to vent.
Yeah.
That's how I do. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, stabby stab pow pow. Oh, Twitch. Like that. That's how I get it out. That's all. I love it when the doc's like, I go, do you want to have a go? And he goes, it's okay. You have
your fun.
That is so good. Pinky, you are up with the next question.
Okay. I don't have a question, but I do have a comment that was shared by Bossman here. Apparently, you didn't say that you won a competition with Sega against semi-professional game makers. Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
I did, yes. First one you might be on about was in '92 as the Sega UK champion on the bus. And Izzy like rubbing it in that Trees beat us on that Sonic game.
Can beat him on it because he goes, no one else can beat him. No one else can beat him. So he doesn't like it when I stop playing the level way too much because kiss bomb.
But I let her win. And then the second one was and making a Sonic fan game because I was doing computing at school and college, and I remember we used to teach computer and game design. We just use Sonic because there are a lot of variables in, like for the speed and stuff. It taught a lot of maths. So I was practicing making it myself, and I'd been working on a game, and Sega and Electronic Arts had wanted it. And like I say, that could have been a job, but I chose to stay here and do basketball instead, really.
It was worth it, wasn't it? You got me.
Yeah.
That face was just brilliant.
Oh, that was brilliant, wasn't it?
G5, you're up.
So still in the game genre, what is your favorite game genre to play? Survival, story, just plain story, anything. Thriller, horror, doesn't matter. What is your favorite genre?
I'd say story-driven, we like.
Yeah, I love story.
Horror, we like.
Oh,
As you can tell by the
I love
the tree.
horror. I just find hard playing it. I'm a wimp, but I love a horror. I'm a sucker for horror. I love horror.
Yeah, but if it's got a good story, we normally really like them. Action games.
Oh yeah, bit of sexy pow pow, bit of choppy chop. Yep, all the same. It's all great stuff. I love all that.
You're not really into any sport games.
No, I'm not into that. No,
I like the NBA games, the NBA 2K and stuff, but Izzy's not really into them. You know.
I'm not into sporty stuff like that. No.
You're more into like when you like Fallout. We both like Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout. I always remember. I never played it face-to-face review before in a game.
Fallout 3 one.
Yeah, Fallout 3, and he goes, "Oh, you'll love this." I was like, "I won't love it." Ended up playing 80 hours in 2 weeks, being stuck on it, and always dying. The computer kept freezing on it.
At the same point.
Freezing! I did it 3 times, the game 3 times, and it froze on me in the same place 3 times. I gave up after that. I was heartbroken. Poor dog meat and forks, I shall follow. But it never got any further. Oh,
my God.
Can you imagine? Hey, man.
Did you guys play Fallout 76 together then as well? Or did you just play what I consider the main storyline games?
We played 3 Vegas. So we had a story on New Vegas because I got that for my birthday. So,
what happened?
So on my birthday, I got up and she brought me the presents, and the parents got us Fallout 76. No, Fallout New Vegas. So we're like, oh, brilliant, we're going to go and get some food and then we'll play it. So we went to a restaurant and it was a Christmas dinner, and it was lovely because my birthday is in December.
Beautiful.
And then when we were walking back, I was feeling a bit
icky,
rough.
Bit icky. Oh, not feeling well. Icky.
And when we got back home, I was feeling really, really ill. So I had to go and be ill. So when I was really ill, she got to play me Fallout New Vegas and got quite far. I can't remember much of that day because I had food poisoning.
Oh, bless him. And that is Chinese. Bless them.
Yes, yeah, me. You played the game, you played me Chinese. You had a good birthday that day, didn't you?
Steak. It was a really good choice of your mother. It was a lovely steak. And then I realised that you passed out in the toilet, so that you barricaded yourself in. So I had to, like, me and your dad were like banging the door out to try to get you because you were like flat on the floor, and we realised.
No, but you know, you had a fun day.
I did. I had a fun time. I was doing it for you. I was celebrating your birthday for you.
Oh, thank you. And then Fallout 4 and all the DLCs, you had them. 76 we already played once on stream with Penguin, actually, haven't we? We haven't actually played that much.
No. In truth, we haven't.
We all got to try it again. I don't know why we haven't. We just never really had time. We tried downloading it once, and with our internet, it was going to take 7 days to download, so I think that put us off originally.
Wow.
And then Penguin and Miss Demon had said, oh, we'll play Fallout 76 one day on stream. So we downloaded it, and when we actually went on stream with it after a week later, it was 2 weeks, wasn't it, when we actually got on?
That, yeah.
Because I had it on the PC, you had it on the Xbox, but Steve had it on the PlayStation.
We found out it wasn't on.
It wasn't cross-platform, was it? So only Izzy and Penguin could play together, the rest of it weren't in the game.
Miss Demon was.
Oh, it was me and Pizza Dude, sorry. We weren't in it.
Aye.
So we were playing our little way, and they were playing theirs.
You just had to watch us. I did offer to share it with you. I did offer to share it with you. You were like, no, you play with me.
Yeah, because if I died, you would have went mad at us.
No,
I would have
no, hang on here, dear. You get mixed up. You about dying. I'm like, oh well, you better not kill us. You better not kill us. You better stay here. If I die here, I've just done all this hard work here. I mean, on Resident Evil 7, right? I'll never forget. I did it really quick, right? Him over here, he crouched for 45 minutes so Jack wouldn't get him.
I didn't get caught, though, did I?
You were stuck in the corner. You never.
But I never died.
Well, you will if you keep staying here.
You never did, though.
No, he didn't, and he still never got any further.
I did. You did the game. You're slow.
You're crouching on your legs. You go, Jack, stop getting to us. You were crawling. No wonder. You're like, I know you got to be stealthy, right? I know you got to be stealthy, but his stealthy is where you're just literally like a snail, and the other person who's after you is like.
I'm surviving. I played a lot of Metal Gear. I know how to hide.
Oh, I love you guys. Before we go to Tater, before we go on to Tater, I'm actually going to ask a question myself. This one, is there any like Netflix or Amazon, you know, the usual stuff that everyone does these days? Is there any series at the moment that've got you two really hooked that you guys have to watch together? Like you don't sneakily watch an episode without the other one or anything like that?
I wouldn't dare do that. What I'd be in trouble then.
Aye. No, witches.
What was the other one?
Last of
The Rig was good.
Yeah, Rig, it was really good. If you've never seen The Rig, try that. That's really good.
Last of Us was everyone's
Last
watching
of
it.
Us,
We're really enjoying that.
That's really good. I cried a lot. But
Oh, I should cry if you had
oh, I'm a crier. Yeah, I am. I cry at most
I'm
things.
surprised you haven't cried more on stream, to be honest. I mean, she knew what was going to happen at the end of Resident Evil 8. I won't say what's going to happen for spoilers in case people haven't played it, but she'd seen it and played it, and she'd watch me play it, and then she'd cry when she played it on stream. So
Brilliant.
when we were watching Last of Us the other day, and we knew what was going to happen.
I cried. I bubbled.
Nothing wrong with that.
You better not
Nothing
use
wrong
all my
with that.
mind. This is what he does. Better not use
But
all
I
my
couldn't
tissues.
prepare because if there's a death or a sad scene, you're away.
Yeah, well, I'm emotional.
I know, you know.
I can't cry, you know. I get sad when you say something. You cry.
Have you got any more series, guys? Have you got any more that you'd recommend to people?
Sorry?
Have you got any more series you'd recommend to people?
Fringe, I love Fringe.
Yeah, that one's actually making a bit of a comeback at the minute with Anna Torp being in Last of Us.
If you love a bit of supernatural and weird stuff, that's really good.
That was
Fringe.
a good one.
It takes a little bit warm up, but that's really good. Supernatural. The one who played Tess, isn't it?
Yeah.
The one who played Tess is a character in Fringe who is also played as Olivia.
It's
She's
a bit like
really good.
X-Files.
Just slightly weird with two universes. It's really good. Give it a try.
And then, of course, Doctor Who.
Who doesn't love a bit of Doctor Who? Especially with David Tennant. No one can beat him.
And he's back this year.
Sorry, I don't like it. Sorry.
Tennant. Right, sorry.
I think this is probably the worst panel you could have for that question.
Taylor, you're up with the next question, pal.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go from one in chat, and it's more towards Doc. Bossman has put, ask him about designing a part of Metal Gear Solid, and they used it.
Ah, yes, that was one of the sniper battles. Again, that was in my fan game. I had a part where you had to protect, well, because I love Metal Gear Solid as well, so I'd mix Sonic and Metal Gear Solid together. It sounds a bit weird, but it worked quite well. And you had to protect the character when he was going from one area to the other, and you were like using a sniper rifle. And then it ended up in a Metal Gear Solid game, Metal Gear Solid 2, and you protect an Emma. So, yes.
Oh, I love that. Love
I
that.
did have an email
I'm
from Hero Productions, a team who make Metal Gear Solid, saying they actually liked the idea. But then they kind of took the idea, and I couldn't really do much about it because of massive. But yeah, I'll claim that one.
Well, next time I play, I'm going to think of you when I accidentally shoot Emma. I meant when I
shot the wrong person anyway. She was annoying at the time.
Accidentally. I'm not gonna lie, every time I ask you a question, we seem to find more and more things that you've somehow magically forgotten to tell us. They're just out and out awesome.
Yeah.
But I am going to say, guys, those in chat, you got a couple of minutes left, guys, to get any questions in that you want to ask the guys. Because once G5's asked this question, we are going to be moving on to the All-Star Mr. and Mrs., which, of course, again, chat, you can get involved with, which you want to ask any questions on that. Like I said to you guys off stream, I told you the time literally flies by. So, yeah, Pinky, you're up with the next question.
Okay, I'm going to go completely off topic because I love asking this question because it either is amazing or it shuts someone down. So I'm really hoping it's going to be the first. But have you ever visited any other countries? And if so, what was your favourite you ever visited?
The countries.
Yeah, on holiday
yeah.
or just in general?
Italy, I've been there a few times because my mum's side of the family's part Italian. So, when my family went there a couple of years, I was brilliant. The food is amazing. Amsterdam, Egypt. I always wanted to go to Egypt growing up. I loved the history of Egypt, and I was so disappointed, but I got there actually. It was,
Really?
yeah, so it wasn't what I thought it would be. Although I used to have my dad up at like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning playing basketball in the middle of the desert till around midday. I felt sorry for him. But no, it was good for his arthritis because it's nice and warm.
In America.
And then we went to America together, didn't we? That was our first holiday together. We went to Orlando.
Yeah, that was fun.
And yeah, we had a great time there.
Blooming, that's what I remember.
Blooming.
The Blooming.
But if we could live anywhere, it'd be Cardiff Bay.
I got to admit, yeah. That's
anywhere we go, we'd live in Cardiff Bay.
I think I would, yeah. It was lovely there. And also, it's the area you proposed, but it's just a magical and lovely place there.
The food there's amazing. I don't know, it's just so relaxed there. It's weird.
It is. It's very common. Yeah, it's the pacing of it all, isn't it?
And there are many a good years there.
Yeah, we have. Well, yeah, really, really great. Really, really fun there.
So yeah, we're born, we live in the UK probably.
Yeah, probably.
It's terrible with the heat.
I'm going to be honest, I cannot handle the heat.
Oh, here's a good story. So in Orlando,
We can see our face already.
it was overcast, so she thought, oh, it's not too hot. Even though it was boiling hot, she goes, oh, there's no sun, I'll be fine. I'm not putting loads of sun cream on. Okay. She goes, oh, I'm going to go on that roller coaster. So she went on this roller coaster. When she came off, she stood there looking white as a sheet, rocking around. And the week before we went, I'd seen Bear Grylls treat someone for
It was a sunstroke.
sunstroke. And he goes, you just get this bottle of the coldest thing you can find and throw it over them. And I always wanted to throw some water over. I thought, oh, this is a good idea. So I went to this stand and asked if I could borrow his bucket of ice water. So I poured it off him and threw it on her, and it shocked you out there, and you're fine. Because people were ringing the hospital, weren't they? Trying to get an ambulance for you.
You had a person at the park, didn't you, ask if I was okay?
And they knew where we were from. They goes, oh, they have to be Geordies to do that.
Because you said it was
It worked. It saved you all day.
Yeah, but I was drenched.
Yeah, but you're back to normal like this because you're like a zombie.
Yeah, well, I thought it was super bright, and he says I was squinting like anything. My eyes were basically closed, and then all I remember is a man muttering if I was okay.
He wanted to take you to hospital.
I remember you saying I'll be right back, and then all of a sudden, whoosh, with cold stuff.
I saved you.
And I was drenched.
I saved you.
Look at someone who's grateful.
Love that story. Love that.
I don't like heat. I'm like literally. I just melt. Literally, even in the bedroom when it gets really hot. I
in the summer this year.
My fans around, and I'm melting. I'm dripping. I have drippy ears, and I have drippy hands. I mean, I'm all wet, man. It's just terrible.
If you watch any of the VODs from summer this year, you could hear the 4 fans on, and she's just going, yeah, they're dripping. Look at me palms. And
that's when I'm nearly putting me down to the scary part.
I'm sorry. I'm just amused by the idea of your ears of all things dripping.
I know everyone loves the drippy ears.
Well, my poor ears drippy. So it's like, I wish I could show you my drippy ears. Because it's so just, well, what about the time you put them on straight after me?
Oh, they were soaking.
They were disgusting.
Did you give us a head check?
I told you they were drippy.
I love that.
I've seen it first time.
I know you have. Yeah, and he's woman.
I love it. G5, you got the last personal question, mate.
Okay, I am going to ask both of you what your favorite music genre is. Then instead, or what do you listen to most?
Skillet. I like Linkin Park, Paramore. I do like a mixture of all things, not just the. I'm just trying to think. There was another one. Because I like Paramore. I mean, I like Taylor Swift, Katy Perry.
Yeah, you got a wide range. Really,
I'm a mixed girl, but I do love a bit of. I love a bit of everything, but like Linkin Park, Paramore, I like that kind of stuff as well, well as the ravey stuff and the. I'm a mixed kind of girl, you know.
Girl after my own heart. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I love a bit of. I'm just a mixed kind of girl, really. What do you go on? Well, he's in the old stuff, you know.
So if you listen to her, I'm more in the 20s.
20s.
More like the 80s, but you know.
80s. The 80s.
Can't be
Yeah.
the 80s.
That song for you, didn't I? For the 80s.
You did?
Calvin, isn't it Calvin Harris? What's he
Calvin
called?
Harris.
Kevin Harris.
Ah, 80s, 80s. And I said, very good, song, perfect song for you. And he goes, don't you, darling?
Oh, I love you guys. I love you
Oh,
guys.
sorry, can we not move on for a second? I need to ask this. Because apparently, you personally know the singer from Paramore. You know Hayley Williams?
Yes.
I used to play Halo 1 with her, actually. Back when Halo 1 first came out for the PC, I did a clang, and we actually really got which online gaming was as good then as it is now. Could have the money in the competitions like it is now.
Yeah.
But back then, he just played for bragging rights, and we're really good, actually, our team. And yeah, she used to play with her, and she used to send demos over, didn't she, of the songs? And I was like, honestly, I was like, I'm like, sure, what's this lasted like? I mean, it's okay, but it's all because she had no backing music on. So I like, is he here? And she goes, that's bloody Paramore's new song. I'm like, oh, is it? I found that for around 2 months. She's like, you knew that? You remember?
I love.
She got the tickets over when she came to Newcastle.
She got the tickets.
Oh, I love that.
Seriously, layer upon layer of awesome stuff.
It's lovely, beautiful voice. Honestly, lovely
Love
person.
Absolutely
She really, and she
love
got
that.
free music and everything, though, didn't she?
I
She let
got
her
the
have
album
play.
for free and stuff.
Yeah, it was really nice, really lovely.
Because you could use their music at like events and stuff. Because you know, like you need licensing for playing music and everything.
Yep.
She covered all that for us. So
She really is
Oh,
lovely.
Amazing. Amazing. I absolutely love
That
that.
is incredible. My brain is exploded. Well, it already was.
Okay, so because of the time, guys, I need to press this on. Are you guys ready for All Star Mr. and Mrs.? We are hoping that the wedding will still be on at the end of this.
Yes, I will. We're already getting ready.
There's no right or wrong, guys. It's all fun. Okay. So Pinky
Fun.
and
Yeah,
G5,
fun.
you've got your list, right? You guys got your lists. Okay. And Taylor is going to be the bit of comic relief. I think you're going to wing this, aren't you?
I'm just winging it. So if I
He's
don't have a
completely
question,
winging it,
I'll move
guys.
Fucking
Oh.
So guys, it will be quite quick. So I will, because obviously I want to get through as much as we can. So I will have to unfortunately interrupt at certain points. Say, look, next one, let's go. All right.
No
So
problem.
sorry if you feel it's a bit rushed, but I will just try and get through as many as we can because it can be quite fun. Those in chat, guys, please ask any questions, and I'll do my best to interrupt and ask your questions. But yeah, Taylor, you ready to start us?
Yeah,
Guys, what I can ask you to do, Izzy and Doc, can you point to each other, whoever the answer is? Put your hand up if it's yourself. Obviously, point to your partner if it's obviously you're voting for your partner. All right,
You ready?
Taylor, let's kick us off. Let's go for it.
Right, let's go. Who's the better cook?
Oh, actually, I was going to say you because you're really good with your pasta dishes.
I am quite good.
And your curries, and you're really good with
Okay.
spicing.
There we go. Okay, cool.
I can
Nice.
cook. I
Pinky?
can cook, but he's really good.
Love it. Love
Who
it.
is funnier?
Ooh.
Hey.
I don't want to be called
I was gonna say, even before late at night, right? When I'm awake or before I go to sleep, right? He'll go, right, we're going to bed, right? I'll go, yeah, we're going to bed quickly. And then I'll go, psst, go, I go, are you awake? He goes, yeah, why? Do you know what?
And she'll come up with this really bad joke.
Yeah, it's like really bad jokes.
At like 6 o'clock in the
He
morning.
goes,
It's like,
oh my goodness. You got this now. Oh, right, right. Psst, I got another one I need to tell you before I go to sleep. Oh, I can be doing that for half an hour. You cheeky monkey.
Right. G5, let's go with the next one, pal.
Who's the better driver?
Neither of us can drive.
No.
There you go.
Last quick question.
The insurance is too much to drive, so we can't drive.
No.
I'll ask another one then. Who's most attractive?
Oh.
Ooh.
That's definitely you.
I would have said, oh, because you're my ginger biscuit, aren't you?
No, thank
There
you.
you
But
go.
it's-
Oh.
You can point to each other. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Taylor.
Who's the most dramatic?
Love that.
No questions there.
He can be very dramatic, and one day he was so dramatic, I went, oh, I just copied him. He went, well, that's what you did look like. And he was like, I look like this. I went, yes, you do.
I have my moments, but you're overall modern.
I can't. I'm sorry. But he has this moment.
Pinky?
Who's the better dancer?
Me.
I can't move.
He's got 2 left legs.
Love that. You're not alone there, Doc. Don't worry, mate. G5?
Who takes the longest to get ready for a night out?
You were worn out. Because remember, like when we're...
Well, it depends on the situation.
If it's everyday thing, probably me. But if we're going out, it's you.
No, if it's Mako, it's me.
No, obviously I don't put any on.
You're stuck in the bog.
If you just get ready to go, you haven't been in the bog in there.
But you just all the time.
Then you still got to put your face on, and then you got to do your eyes and your eyebrows.
It's time halfway through your toilets.
But what about all them times when I used to go for walks and you were still just putting in the bog?
I love it.
You're nearly here for your own engagement meal because you're putting your face on. And I walked around 8 miles.
What about it? I need more paint on, you know.
Well, there you go. So it's cute.
All right. Okay, we'll skip that one, guys. Let's skip that one.
Both of it on that one.
Tie.
We're both as bad as each other, but in different ways.
I love that. Taylor, you're up.
Yeah. Who farts the most?
Baltimore. So.
I love it. I'll come back to you, Pinky, because you're struggling.
I'll pretend I didn't do that.
It's okay.
I'm a lady,
now, you see?
I'm a lady, so that never happens.
But
in reality.
Love it. G5, you're up.
Who's the best at keeping secrets?
Neither were really.
Well, no, but you are better than.
All I get things I've got to be.
Yeah, when you have to be stealthy, because we do try to. I know what you're saying. It is hard to keep secrets, but at certain times.
At Christmas, you can read it like book and stuff, things like that. Or,
I can't lie.
Or if you're telling not to tell someone something, like for a certain amount of time, like get surprised or something here. Oh, did you know this is happening? No, it's not happening. It's not. Oh, okay. No,
I'm terrible.
I've seen it could happen. Yeah, I'm bad at keeping them things.
Yeah, I'm terrible at that kind of stuff. If it's personal, I'm able to keep it. It's more like if it's a surprise and things, I find that quite hard.
But
I'm so excited if it's a surprise and things. I'm terrible. But normally if it's confidential, I'm pretty good.
Pinky, you all right to ask one?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you still with me? Can you breathe? Sorry.
I can breathe. I can just sprout.
Look, it's going now. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Just don't make me laugh. I'm fine until you make me laugh, okay? Who has the last word in an argument?
Hey!
We're both win kind of thing, that we're both as bad. We both have to have the last word.
That's the competitiveness, isn't it? I love that. Taylor, we're back to you.
Yeah. Who's the most romantic?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, when you did me the rose petals in the bath and stuff. Oh, but then I do little notes of I love you in places.
Yeah, probably a draw.
Oh, but you do the bath. I'll let you have this one.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I love that.
He is a sweetie. He is really sweet. I mean, I do notes and stuff, but he does them in the bath and he does roses when I'm not well. And he's so sweet.
Love it. Love that. Pinky, you back up?
Who's the better at saving money?
That's straight
away.
Love that. G5?
Who would make the worst politician?
Yeah, worst politician of the.
I don't
know actually. I'm pretty bad at them.
I think he'd be pretty good because when you need to be, I think he'd be pretty.
I tell the truth though.
Yeah, so do I.
What about politics? A lot of them don't.
Oh.
What have you started, G5?
You speak well. So I'd say yeah.
But I don't know. That's a hard one. That'd be so hard. I'd say him though, because I'm just terrible and I get lost with me words anyway, and then I get mashed potato brains. Oh, that's the thing.
Taylor?
Who's the most stubborn?
He was kind of pointing at you there, Izzy, for a second. I see
He
it.
was.
He knows.
Love
He
that. Love that.
knows.
Pinky?
Who is? Oh no, I'm not gonna go with that one.
Okay.
Who has the better timekeeping?
Depends what we're doing, really.
Because we both help each other, but it depends. So if
I'd
it's
say
like TikTok,
both were, but
no good.
mainly is the overall.
Yeah, because I was gonna say social media. If they have timings and stuff, I'm out the window. No good. But if it's like getting out somewhere, I'm pretty good that way. He's good more with timing.
For work and stuff, I'm
schedules
better.
That way.
Schedule, but everyday thing is better.
Who was more organised for this
50-50.
podcast? Who was the more organised one for this podcast?
Oh, well, I got the line. No, Stan.
No, yes, you've done most of it. And you were the one talking.
What?
On Discord when you arranged it. So yes,
there you go. So Izzy gets the win for that one for me.
Brownie point.
Look how happy she is.
Love that. G5, you're right.
Who has the best taste in interior?
Sorry?
For interior design for the house.
Ooh.
Who's got the best taste?
I would say we're both very similar tasting. We really do.
Yeah, we have similar taste.
We do have. That's where we're quite lucky because I don't like eating like I don't know. We're very similar.
I'd say we're very similar.
We are. We're very fortunate that way. We don't have to. We like it. Yeah, we don't
have
to
pretty good
argue
idea.
with that.
Similar idea.
No, we are pretty lucky.
I love it. For time, guys, we're on the last round. So, guys, this is our last round of questions. Taylor?
Who's the more competitive?
I'd say overall me, but you are extremely competitive.
I scared a grown-ass man in basketball. When you tried
One quick story. She had to pay loads of fines for this. We're playing in men's division 1, and she was only playing. And she's only like 5'7", so she's quite small. And this big 6'8" bloke, quite muscular, knocked a fly, and he didn't just knock a fly. He ran into her, and she done like 360 in the end. 360
flip, and
splattered on the ground. So I pulled her out as the coach. She goes, "No, I'm staying in."
No, everybody expected us to fall on the floor
and cry. But I didn't cry that time.
No, I didn't. I got angry. And when that man saw my eyes, he quickly subbed off.
Yeah, but then what happened when you went on, when he was off?
Well, you were trying to drag me off.
Yeah, but what happened to him?
Yeah, well, he got round, didn't he?
And I got fined because of you attacking him.
Yeah, but he didn't get fined for attacking me. He needed to fly.
So she was sitting like a pit bull, going at the target.
And thinks that I'm gonna cry because I tell you, I'm like a little Jack Russell. Literally, that's what they called us, you know. Some of the teams were like, "Oh my goodness, there's a Jack Russell coming," and they're like, "Don't back at me," and I'm going,
I love it.
They used to call me Scary D. I was very scary, as they call it, because like once I'm on you, and I'm like this constantly.
Oh, okay.
I'm like. It's like Chuffy, right? I'll go, "Oh, I love you. Once you cross the line, it's like, yeah, you looking at me?
Oh, we had some good arguments.
Oh, we used to talk trash.
Talk was terrible.
So bad. Even if we're partners right now, if we're on court, that's it. We're not friends. Yeah, you know.
Love it.
I'm gonna kick your butt.
Maybe equal.
Yeah, we're very competitive that way.
I'd say you had to get it out of you. But once you got that way, you were.
Well, yeah.
Once you had the confidence to beat you were very competitive.
Another thing, I used to be so shy when I was younger. I used to go. I used to be scared of talking to boys, and I used to. Can I sign my ball? Do you remember when I asked you to sign my ball and everything? Because of and I couldn't talk to boys like this. And when he was training us, he goes, "You need to shout. You need to shout." And
you've never shut up since.
And once I shouted, that was it. He goes, "I can't go back now, can I?" And nope.
I mean, it's really
love that. Absolutely love
you just let it all out.
Yeah.
Who is the smartest?
No doubt.
Straight away.
I think I'm good at thinking things differently from him, but he's very good as well. I mean, we both help each other in different ways, but I would say he's very, very smart. very smart, but sometimes he overthinks, and then I can simplify things. So where he
I do overthink.
You do overthink. I overthink in different ways, like in words and stuff. But you think of things overthink things in another way, and I can say it in a simpler way. It's this, but he's definitely the brighter button, I would say. I'm not saying I'm silly or anything, but I would definitely say he's definitely the smarter one. Definitely.
Love that.
Yeah.
Last one, G5.
Who is the last awake in the mornings?
Love that.
What can you do? I love sleep. I love sleep.
I know another one.
I don't sleep, you sleep all the time.
Yeah, because you're a person who can't sleep very much anyway.
You sleep for us.
I sleep for him. I've decided it's just, just a thing. His condition where he struggles to sleep, my condition, my health condition makes me want to sleep and have a lot more sleep. I'm always quite drained. Sleep, though. Yes, but that's what happens.
Yeah, it's definitely hurtful. That one.
Yeah, I'm always a sleepy head, and I love me sleep. I could.
You're a nightmare.
You could stick us on a clothing hanger, and I'll just be gone.
It's
terrible.
I love that. I love that. Right, so guys, we are approaching the end. So what I'd like you guys to do, if you don't mind, you've done it all stream anyway, so I'm sure you'll be fine with this. I just want you guys to have five or so minutes for you guys just to talk the chat, because you're so positive anyway, so you're going to smash this. Give any advice or any live coaching or anything you want to say. This is your corner for 5 minutes. But the one thing I will implore you to do, guys, is don't forget to obviously promote your stream, please. This is your podcast, so obviously promote yourselves, please. But yeah, this is completely your corner. We're all going to shut up now, and you've got 5 minutes. Just say what you need to say, guys, please. Just promote yourselves.
Over to you.
Oh, well, over to me, eh? So, well, no, you go on. I feel a bit, because it's a podcast, I feel a bit. Go on. You start.
We stream every Tuesday and Thursday. But this week we're just doing Thursday.
That's right.
At 8 p.m.
GMT and 3 p.m. AST time, and we play horror games.
And do support.
And we love to support and help each other grow, because that is what we do, and it's a family-friendly community. And we're here to help each other, okay? And it's not just about follow for follow. It's honestly about making friends and feeling safe and having fun. And never forget to bring your brave juice in the Fright Farm, because we always need brave juice. Yes, and we'll be playing.
Continuing Dead Space this week.
I just nearly forgot the game I was playing. Yes, but this is me. But yes, thank you for everybody for coming in and everything. You're all awesome, and for all the love and support you've been there from where we started to where we are now. Thank you for everything. And you are all amazing. And never forget that, everyone.
And thanks for having me on the podcast.
Thank
it's been
you
brilliant.
for having us on the podcast as well. Thank you to everyone for being here. It really means a lot, and for taking the time up for asking the questions to us all. And
sorry for repeating a lot.
Yes, we do repeat a lot. You'll notice a habit of that. So it's all his fault.
I have to ask this from Mama Nerdy. I have to ask Izzy to end with balls.
Yes.
You want the balls challenge?
Go on, give some balls.
The balls
Right,
challenge.
You ready, Mama Nerdy and everyone? Hairy balls, skinny balls, lunky balls, mouldy balls, dribbly balls, fiery hairy balls, Fox balls, Izzy balls, Fright Fan balls, Mama Nerdy's balls, Bossman's balls, teeny weeny balls, smelly balls, rotten balls, mouldy balls, giggly balls, wibbly balls, burst balls, pizza balls, door balls, cake balls, fluffy balls, wooden balls, air balls, titanium balls, cloud balls, lightning balls, flashy balls, fiery balls, cannon balls, boulder dash balls, Sandman's balls, balls.
Absolutely love that. Well
done. You got your balls back.
Yes, I did. I got me balls back.
Well done. Magnificent. So, guys, if you're watching this after it's been, or you're watching it live, I implore you guys, come and check out Izzy. So it's IzAGamer 27. IzAGamer27 on Twitch. At the bottom the whole time. Guys, honestly, I'm going to make sure that I make effort to get in there and see it, because I've absolutely loved the energy. I've loved the positive messages. You've done absolutely incredible. And most of all, guys, I say this to everybody, but I really do mean it. thank you for giving up your time to be here, to talk to us, to answer our questions, and thank you to chat for the same thing. Really appreciate you giving up your time, guys. Time is so valuable, and it is very short. So thank you very much, everybody. Really do appreciate it. So from a podcast point of view, thank you for the support. But Izzy and Doc, thank you so much, guys. I really, really enjoyed this. I actually don't think I've got any tears left from laughing. Really, really enjoyed it, guys. But yeah, so I was going to say, obviously, final words is thank you to my co-host. You guys have done amazing as well, as always. But yeah, thank you for chat. And well, Pinky, we hope you get well soon, obviously. But Izzy and Doc, if you don't mind staying on after the once we hit the end button. But from everybody, it's a goodbye from me, guys. Thank you so much, and have a lovely, enjoy the rest of your evening, and have a great week, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and say goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.